Episode 3. I'm getting a bit nervous. I'm feeling a bit nervous with this one because it's like the third podcast, right? Did people really want another 20 minutes of me talking? I mean, yes, no. Comment below if you want to hear more. Don't comment if you don't want to hear more, because that would just be soul destroying. Notes again, it worked so well last time. We got the solid 20 minutes. I think it was a bit more, 23 minutes. I felt like, to be honest with you, I feel a bit nervous about doing another episode. I just think, is it going to be good? Let me know. So, this episode, I do want to talk about DIY ethic. Not DIY, well, maybe some DIY as in painting and decorating. I think it all comes together. It's all part of the same vibe, the same thing. But yeah, I mean, I've learned 5 things as well since the last podcast. So we'll do that first, because that seems to be now the platform. No, that's not the right word. That is the format. The format is I introduce it saying hello, and then I do the 5 things, and then I do the main topic, probably a bit of a rant in there, and then I sign off. So we'll do that first. So 5 things I've learned since the last episode is, my watch just came off, that some scientist has fused a mushroom, a king oyster mushroom mycelium, the mycelium of a king oyster mushroom, fused it with robot legs, and then the mushroom has walked. So that's another thing we need to be careful of. Do we eat mushrooms still, or are we friends with mushrooms now? What do we do? How do we treat mushrooms now that they may have legs? And now this mushroom has had a taste for legs and bodies. Will they just... Have you seen the Super Mario Brothers movie with Dennis Hopper and Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo? In that world, the mushrooms, as in like Toad, actually is Princess's father, and it's basically like dangling mushrooms, like webs of mushrooms throughout. Is that going to happen? Is this a precursor to Super Mario Brothers becoming true? We don't know. I think it's cute. It's quite adorable little thing. I'll put it on screen now of it happening. But also, what if it gets a gun? Quite worrying. The kiss cam footage of a Coldplay concert. Coldplay caused this poor innocent man and woman to have to resign from their jobs, probably ruined their real marriages. I just think, once again, Coldplay have proved how evil they are. We must stop Coldplay at all costs. It's cost this company a CEO and a head of HR. It's cost these... They could that company, whatever, I don't know. I've not done the research on the company. I'm sure any corporation is good, right? We all agree that corporations and capitalism is the best. And Coldplay are evil. And they've destroyed 3 families, because this couple could have had a secret family. So Coldplay have destroyed 3 families, and So that's my view on the Coldplay kiss cam thing. Coldplay have destroyed lives once again. ChatGPT psychosis. Now, I haven't actually read into this at all, but apparently people are spiraling out of control by talking to ChatGPT. I don't know much more about it, but there is now a thing called ChatGPT psychosis. We can't have anything nice. We can't have cool technology because people just get addicted to it. Can't have phones because they just sit doing this. Can't have kiss cams because Coldplay ruin it. And now we can't have ChatGPT because people get addicted to it. So what's next? Gambling addictions? Yeah. And the final thing I learned this week, that cat purring may heal bones. Cat purring heals bones. Because cats purr at a frequency of 25 to 150 hertz. It's quite a wide range. But it happens to be the range that promotes tissue regeneration, bone density maintenance, and fracture healing. That's incredible. Cats. Can they do nothing wrong? Cats are pretty impressive. So yeah, if you ever break a bone or get a little cut, well, actually, if your cat scratches you, which it will, just make it then hold it there and stroke it till it purrs and heals the wound. Now they're like, oh, let me make it better. Yeah, dicks. But I love my cats. My cats. They're in here somewhere. Yeah. So that's my 5 things. Well, we know that it was only 4. But that's the joke, right? That's the repetitive joke that I only do 4, but I say 5. It's funny. It's really funny. I've got a rant for you. I know last time I did like the barcode thing and airports. This one's a bit more niche. It's people who call themselves cinephiles. Don't call yourself a cinephile. You sound like you're saying you're a paedophile. You might as well say, I'm a movie nonce. I'm a movie molester. I'm a film nonce. Yeah, I just don't say cinephile. It's just say you like films. I really like films. I'm actually really into them. I go to cinema a lot. I watch them. I'll watch a whole film. I'll watch 3 films back to back. If I've got time, I'll sit and watch 3 films. I would never ever say I'm a cinephile. And if I know you and you're my friend and you've called yourself a cinephile, stop, or we can't be friends. In fact, we're no longer friends until you admit to me that you've called yourself a cinephile and you're going to stop. Because it's just fucking mental. It's such a stupid thing to say. Like, even though it does sound like paedophile, I'm going to get... So, like, with the side quest quickly, I think I got knocked down the ranks on the old views and stuff on my last episode because I talked about... Because I said I was talking about problematic things that often get people demonetized and stuff. I'm not monetized, but if you all subscribe to the YouTube, I may get monetized, and that'd be amazing. So I won't mention that again because I'm a slave to the capitalism. But yeah, don't call yourself a cinephile. And if you do call yourself a cinephile, call yourself a movie molester or a film nonce. Rant over. But it's fucking mental that anyone would call themselves a cinephile. I'm a cinephile. I love Kubrick. I love Kubrick so much it makes you want to molest children. That's what saying you're a cinephile sounds like to me. Right, so I've got a really good topic for today. I've got a topic that I want to talk about, and I think it might be interesting to people because it spans movies, films, music, and life. Right, life in general. It's like this is going to be like a self-help section. I think people are going to take something from this and go, you've made my life better by listening to you. DIY. Firstly, if you can paint a door frame, that's great because that will give you a sense of achievement. So that's DIY in like that sense, right? DIY music, the music scene. I grew up in the DIY music scene, the hardcore scene, punk scene, like even to like the metal scene, right? Everything I've ever done, every band I've ever been part of has been DIY. Like you book the gigs yourself, you sort out the recording yourself, obviously you write the songs yourself, you put on the gigs you need to put on to get where you need to go, right? And you meet so many people along the way doing that, right? Everyone's helping everyone. Everyone's putting on gigs. Like the New Cross Inn is like the holy grail of DIY in my, like, especially in this area, because it's all put on by people that just love the scene. They love the music. They're putting it on. Everyone's trying to help each other. People in bands are putting other bands on, and they're making sure that you can get a gig. You'll put a gig on in Manchester. Someone will put a gig on in Manchester in return for you putting them on in, say, Southend or Essex, right? That is DIY. Like Manchester Punk Festival. That is like the most DIY festival in the country, I think. Yeah. So that's DIY music. And then DIY film is what I feel like we definitely do, is you write it, you cast it with everyone's mucking in, right? You write it, you cast it, you shoot it. You don't wait for someone to go, I'm a man with a suit and I'm going to give you money to make a film. It's just not going to happen unless you can prove that you can make a film, right? So go out and make a film. Go out and make a comedy series. Like me and my friend Michael McQueen have done with Joy Scroll. It's a TV comedy sketch pilot. I will put a little highlights reel here, or maybe just one unseen sketch. Now,
you know, when you're young, you feel absolutely invincible. I mean, I remember when I was in my 20s, I done some absolutely crazy stuff. But you know, the other day, I found a lump down there, and I had to go and get it checked out, and it was nothing. But you know, you start to realise that you're not invincible, and now that I'm 35, now that you've got to start taking responsibility. I fell down the stairs the other day. I crashed and burned on my face, but you know, that could have left my wife and 2 kids without a dad and without a husband, which is why, you know, I realised I had to be a little bit more responsible, and I committed to this life-changing, absolutely massive man cave.
I'm gonna fuck you like I fucked your mum. Xbox and PlayStation 5.
Guitar.
VR, virtual reality. Takeaway! Metallica.
Film posters.
Quiet room for, you know.
Books.
Booze and soft drinks for pussies. So my advice to you, invest in a man cave. It's the best thing you will ever do.
Warning. May cause divorce, child therapy, dick chafing, huge debt, broken legs, and a monster electric bill. Always read your credit agreement and the label. Terms and conditions apply.
that was a sketch. Hope you liked it. But that was all DIY. No one gave us the money. No one said, hey, here's your budget, go and make it. It was all off our own back, all are in our own pockets, all our own equipment, all our own ideas. All the cast and crew that we get in are our friends that we want to lift up with us, right? I think the best sort of metaphor for DIY is a rising tide raises all ships. And I think with DIY, everyone is helping each other to get to the next level. They know that if they do something cool and they bring their friends along, and if that doesn't play out, but their friends might bring them along, and it's a quid pro quo. That's what I'd call it. And I talked a lot about this. I just did a podcast called The Movie Clinic, in which I got this awesome mug. Is that going to focus? No. Yes, look. Oh, no. Yeah, so I did a podcast called The Movie Clinic with Duncan and Gavin, and I talked about a film called Primer, which is like the ultimate DIY feature film, right? The guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and I can't bother to Google it, so I'm in the flow. He brought film, he hired a camera, he got some friends in and wrote an awesome time travel script. And it's all DIY. Like, it's, if you look at the credits, he's like cinematographer, he's director, he's the writer, he's the producer, he's like caterer. Like, you know, and the film itself it looks shit, but it's so well made for what it is. You completely overlook the fact that some of it's out of focus. The color balance is off in some of the scenes. You know, it's so got so much character because of its DIY nature that you are happy to overlook its shortcomings technically because of how well it's been put together, and you can clearly see that a lot of love has gone into it. And I think when you do something yourself or you DIY it, you have way more love for the product. Like, you know, I've shot films that I was just the DOP on, and you know, at no point did I go like, you know, I had pride in my work, but there was nothing like that wanted me to go. Like, I didn't go the extra mile that you would go if you were doing it yourself. I do believe that, and that if people listening to that going, well, look, you know, you should put your all into everything, because I do, but I think when it's a DIY project, you're wearing a few more hats, right? You're more emotionally involved with the project, I think. And I think that should be the same with anything DIY you will be, like a band. You know, I'm sure there's a difference between being in a band where you write your own music, you book your own shows, to being a backing singer for a tribute act. You know, there's a lot more passion for it. The same as if you're decorating your house, right? You might not be the best at it, but you're going to be proud of something when you walk away from it. So, yeah, that's my chat on DIY and how that can make you feel better about yourself. So go out and make something. Go and do something. That's what I reckon. That's what you should do. You should go and make something. Yeah. What else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, there's another thing about DIY, right? Is that you get to make mistakes, and you're not gonna get in trouble because you're doing it for yourself, right? You can go out and you can make something and it can never see the light of day because you go, oh, that was crap, but I learned this along the way, right? If you're doing something for someone else and it's crap, you're gonna get in trouble because you did it crap. Whereas if you're doing it yourself, you're learning. You've got a little bit of leeway for like, oh right, you know, we shot some stuff for Joy Scroll. We went and did it, and we could look at each other and say, we need to redo this bit because it's just not good enough. It's not at the level we feel it should be. So that's why we were able to go. We've got no one going, well, you've wasted budget, or this isn't what I asked for, because it's ours. And if we go, yeah, we don't think this is right, we can go back and redo it. But maybe if it was for someone else had budget involved or time constraints in it, they might go, well, no, that'll have to do. And yeah, I think when you can do it yourself, you've got way more control over something like that. Yeah, I think that's everything I had on that. But yeah, DIY is deeply ingrained in me and who I am. Ibiza was good. For anyone who remembers that I was going to Ibiza last time I did this. There's a lot of naysayers out there that say Ibiza isn't for everyone. It is definitely for everyone. I had a lot of fun. Good company, good people. We went to Pikes. We did go to another place, but it wasn't very good. So we went to Pikes, which is by far my favourite place to go in Ibiza. And it's also the location for the Club Tropicana music video, which I like to repeat whilst I'm there a lot because I'm an idiot. But yeah, Ibiza is lovely. I took some lovely pictures. I posted them on my Instagram. Go and have a look at that. But that's all I'm going to talk about. I've run out of things to say. Thank you for tuning into episode 3. If you like, share, and subscribe, it means I'll get monetized quicker. It means I could get paid for doing this, even if it's only 69p. Imagine getting 69p just for doing this. It's a few hours work. I really enjoy it. I was very nervous before I started this episode because I didn't think that it would be very good, but I actually feel like I've given something back to you people, the people of the internet. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you in the next video.